in midst of the Combine, I need to talk about the NFC South. Alright, let's start off with the Atlanta Falcons, who have Grady Jarrett as their top free agent. He's a guy who was a late round pick who blossomed into a really good defensive lineman for them. Problem is, he's going to demand a high price, and Atlanta only has $23 million in cap space. Besides the need to re-sign him, they also are going to need some help at the defensive tackle position, and they're going to need another edge rusher. Tad McKinley has not blossomed yet, and Vic Beasley has not built upon his breakout year. And also, they need some offensive linemen to keep Matt Ryan upright. And they have the 14th overall pick. So, that's not bad considering this is a deep draft on defensive linemen, edge rushers, and that's probably going to be where the linemen are going to start to come off the board. And I got a couple players who have my interest. One is Deion Jones. When Deion Jones went down, that defense really suffered. He stays healthy, that defense can be one of the best in the league. And Devontae Freeman. Tevin Coleman is probably not coming back to the team, and when Freeman got hurt, that really hurt the running game. If he stays healthy, that's going to take a lot of pressure off of Matt Ryan. And one more thing. Can this team rebound from last year and get back to the playoffs? That's going to be big for Atlanta if they can do that. Next up are the Carolina Panthers, who have a lot of things to deal with this offseason. One being Cam Newton. Cam was pretty much playing with a bump shoulder all year long, and it affected everything about his game. If he's able to be healthy again, he'll be fine, but if he's not, Panthers could be in for some problems. Also, Thomas Davis is a free agent that's been a leader on their team for a long time. And they have to replace Ryan Khalil, who has been their center for the past 12 years and has been a great player for them. And Julius Peppers, probably the best player in Carolina Panther history. Also, they only have $16 million in cap space. It's not as if they can reload these positions with top-end free agents. They probably have to go to the draft for this. And they're picking 16th overall. So maybe they'll be able to find some people, maybe not. And really, their top needs are on the offensive line, where they need to protect Cam, edge rusher to help replace Julius Peppers, and defensive back, which has pretty much been a problem since Josh Norman left. Oh my god, you have to feel bad for the Saints. The past 2 seasons they have lost in heartbreaking fashion in the playoffs. Well, now they don't have a first-round pick because they traded up last year to get Marcus Davenport. And also, they only have $9 million in cap space. So, they're pretty much at a handicap in both free agency and the draft. And really, what this team needs is a tight end. They haven't had a really good tight end since they traded Jimmy Graham. It's also a good idea to get some more offensive linemen to open up those running lanes and protect Drew Brees. And it might not be a bad thing to get another defensive tackle. Sheldon Reeves can't do it by himself, so it's always nice to have another guy there. And really, their top guy, it's going to be Mark Ingram. Mark Ingram, they drafted him in the first round out of Alabama, and he has turned into a key point of their offense. However, he is going to command a pretty high price range, and like I said, they only have $9 million in cap space. I don't know what they can do there. And like I said before, they have lost in heartbreaking fashion the past 2 seasons in the playoffs. Can they finally get over that hump and get back to the Super Bowl and get Brees his 2nd ring? And this defense, they got to keep improving the defense. They have done a tremendous job of just improving the defense that for a long time was ranked 32nd. A nice job, New Orleans, but keep improving that defense. It's going to get you a much better chance of getting back to the Super Bowl. When talking about Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the conversation has to start with Jameis Winston. Ever since the Buccaneers had drafted him, even before the Buccaneers had drafted him, he has had some problems. Now, he's had some success, but he has not gotten them to the playoffs, and he has had off-the-field issues. So how long is his leash going to be? He's going into the season as a starter, but will he end the season as the starter? Another guy, Deshaun Jackson, looks like he wants out of Tampa Bay, and it looks like Bruce Arians can do everything he can to try to keep him there. Will he be successful, or will Jackson be playing with another team? And Tampa Bay, they're another team that needs edge rushers, and they need some offensive linemen. Donovan Smith's a free agent, and I don't really see an edge rusher on this team that can help out with Gerald McCoy. Gerald McCoy is their top pass rusher, and he's a defensive tackle. And they also need some help on the defensive backfield. That defensive backfield was one of the worst in the league, and they got to improve on that. And they got to improve on the defense as a whole. The defense was not good last year, and that's something that they really need to improve on. But luckily, they have the 5th overall pick, so that is going to help them out on their quest to help improve this team. And their top free agent is a guy I mentioned earlier, Donovan Smith. He's been a really solid tackle for them, but is he going to be too expensive for them to keep? Alright guys, that was the NFC South. Next up is the AFC West. See you then.